Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest installment of Teatime Tales. Thank you for joining me, those of you who will be joining me here on Twitch, and those of you watching on YouTube later. Sitting on the eve of Christmas for those of you who celebrate that holiday, or whatever other holidays or non-holidays you may celebrate, whatever the case may be. So today I'm doing something a little bit different because I usually, well, I guess let me do my little intro spiel as usual. So this is a deck testing ground where I take kind of half-baked or three-fourth baked decks into a quest to try to see how it does. Just trying to experiment and give people some food for thought. Usually each week I have a Twitter poll up where people can vote from a couple of options of what they want to see me play. In this case, though, I kind of shoved aside that Twitter poll just for this time because I had something particular in mind, and that was wanting to play against the latest quest since it's so shiny and new, the Dungeons of Cirith Gurat. So that's what I'll be doing today. This quest can be, I don't want to say a slog because that implies I don't like it, but it can be a longer quest, at least if you play it in a particular way. I'm going to be playing it, which is taking some time to build up my forces on stage 1. The particular deck I'm playing today is called No Errata May Hinder Me, which is a play on the Witch King's words, of course. And so this is a post-Boromir errata deck. So I have Tactics Boromir here, of course, good old Spirit Awen, and Spirit Glorfindel. So out of all the decks I've played, this is probably the most straightforward. Nothing too tricksy, just pretty much using Boromir's Redding to kind of cover attack and defense. Awen, of course, covers questing. I do have Elven Light in here, which the combination of Spirit Awen and Elven Light is a fantastic card draw engine for Spirit. And yeah, I don't think there's anything too in-depth to go over about the deck. You'll see it as we go forward. But really the goal as far as the player deck side was just to see kind of what Boromir can do now that his power limit has been reduced a little bit. And going to be taking him against the latest quest, which is a bit on the difficult side because there's so many extra reveals. So as always, mistakes will be made. If you see any mistakes while you're in the Twitch chat, go ahead and shout them out. And of course, YouTube viewers, you can catch me on whatever mistakes I make. If things are going poorly, I will scoop. In the case of this quest, it is a longer quest. I think more than likely I'll probably only get one shot at this. Whether I succeed or fail, we'll have to see. As for tea today, I'm drinking a green ginger. You'll notice a lot of the teas I drink have ginger in them. I guess I'm a ginger fan for sure. And cooking and tea as well. So, I think we'll get started. Hi Chad, hi Chris, thanks for joining me. I think we'll get started on this. Like I said, it can be a lengthier quest, so let's make sure we can get it into our kind of sometimes tight lunchtime slot. Chad says, mistake number 1, no Grima. Yeah, that's always a mistake. I'll definitely have to get some more Grima in here. So, this was my opening hand. I have not mulliganed yet, which I think I will because I don't have Light of Valinor or Gondorian Shield, which are the key cards. So let's see what I get. Oh, look at that! I got Light of Valinor and Gondorian Shield. Okay. That just tells me that the randomization on Octagon is just going to screw me over later. That's all that tells me. The next step, I've chosen my orc enemy. I usually choose this Orc of Mordor just because he's kind of the least offensive. Compared to some of the other enemies, there's one that gets extra attack if its willpower is greater, which it's always going to be greater than Boromir. I think one of the other ones captures an enemy, which... let me go over the quest stage since this is a newer quest. So, if you look at the flip side, which I'm going to be facing, Each enemy or location that's guarding an objective is immune to player card effects. This might be kind of small because of the images I have available to me. The big thing is the force effect, as after any number of characters are rescued from under whatever is guarding them, then you have to reveal an encounter card. So that leads to encounter cards being revealed. So kind of my strategy on the first stage is to spend a lot of time before I even rescue anyone, just to build up my forces to kind of avoid those extra reveals till I'm ready to deal with them. Quest stage 2 brings out an automatic extra reveal at the end of each round. So I'm going to be taking my time on stage 1, build up until I'm ready to like plow through stage 2 in a couple of rounds. Because the first time I played this quest, I didn't know it was coming, obviously. I played the first time blind, got to stage 2, and I just got mired down by all those extra reveals because I wasn't ready. So, learned my lesson. So we got our, flipping back to our setup part, because we're not done with setup, we chose our orc. Chieftain actually starts out of play, so he's not in the staging area. We've got Khalil's son Aban in the dungeon cell. And now we need to, if I remember correctly, discard cards from the top of my deck until an ally is discarded, and that is who the orc is going to be guarding or capturing. Okay, discard. Okay, we got one right away. So the Sailor of Loon is going to be captured by the Orc of Mordor. And that about does it for the setup part. We're back to 1B, where our goal is to rescue the prisoners. So we need 10 quest points, but we also need there to be no guarded objectives in play. So even if we have 10, if there's a guarded objective in play, then we will not be advancing. Alright, let's get this thing started. Wish me luck! I have been able to defeat this quest with this deck, but I'm not sure exactly how consistent it will be, so we'll see. Well, first step, we're definitely going to put, no surprise here, Light of Valinor and Glorfindel. Get our questing up to snuff, and then Gondorian Shield on Boromir. I don't really need any allies yet, because between Eowyn and Glorfindel, I'm hitting 7 willpower, and right now I'm facing 2 from the dungeon cell. This gets +1 from the willpower of whatever's underneath, which is 1, and 2 from the Orc of Mordor, so 4 total. So that should be enough. So we'll send Eowyn and Glorfindel. We'll go ahead and use this right now, since there's not really a good reason not to. Go down to 22 threat. We're sending 8 against 4. The good thing about this first quest stage is you kind of have total control of your destiny, because even you don't have to worry about overquesting, because even if you get the quest points, as long as you keep some guarded objectives around and don't rescue them, then you're still gonna stay on stage 1 as long as you want. First card. Okay, a Jailer of Cirith Gurat. That takes us up to 8 threat, so we break even, which is fine. Not really trying to get a huge amount here. Let me see. Okay, so as I said before, I'm gonna wait on going to these, so I'm not gonna engage this orc or travel here. Could engage this guy. I'm not gonna be able to kill him yet, but yeah, I think I'll engage him now to get his threat out, especially while I don't have an ally, because this jailer, when he engages you, attach an ally you control to it. I don't have any allies, so it doesn't trigger. So we'll defend with Boromir. I'll go ahead and ready him right away, just because I tend to do the redding before the shadow effect, because sometimes there are some shadow effects that exhaust people or cause characters not to be able to ready, so try to do it beforehand. Until the end of the phase, attacking enemy gets +1 defense, +2 if it's guarding. So this is going to be at 3 defense. That's fine. I wasn't going to be able to kill him anyway. Boromir doesn't take damage. Attack back for 6 against... he's at 3 now, so 3 damage. He survives, but not too bad of an opening round here. Next round. Chris is asking if the stream is lagging. I'm not sure. I know some other Twitch streams have had lag problems recently, so other people can chime in. Okay. Unfortunately, I haven't seen an Elven Light yet. I like to get those early so that's kind of the main card draw engine of this deck. So if I don't get that early, then it can kind of stall out a little bit. So we'll get the Handmaiden out, lower our threat by 1. I have a choice now between a Feint or a Rivendell Blade. I think, although the extra attack with Glorfindel is nice, I think I'm going to hold on to the Feint just in case another enemy appears that I have to take on. That is a good example of how errata has already changed things, because I might not even include Feint in a deck in a pre-errata Boromir, and I also would not be concerned with keeping that resource around because Boromir could just defend whoever shows up. Oh, I should also note, before I forget, that I don't have Gondorian Fire or Blood of Numenor in these decks, because no offense to anyone who uses them, but those particular cards bore me. I've used them in the past, and they're just too overpowered in my opinion, so I try to go without. Okay, let's see. So we got our Handmaiden out. We'll save our resource for Feint, and we'll go get started. We're facing down 4 again. Let's send 7 and 9. Alright, each ally gets -1 to all their stats. That's fine. That's just losing 1 willpower. I get 4 progress on. I'll just keep this on the table to remind myself, although I don't think it should matter. Yeah, so the Twitch chat is reporting some problems, so hopefully that won't be an issue on the other side of the export onto YouTube. But we'll see. Didn't miss too much. So I can keep this guy up here now, which I will. Boromir will defend, and I will ready him again so that I can kill. Nothing. 3, 6 to 2. That's more than enough. This dude is dead. This doesn't matter anymore. End of the round. Okay, decent start to kind of where I wanted to go, because I haven't drawn some of the nastier stuff, but of course it all evens out in the end, especially if I keep, you know, a stalling strategy. So we'll see. Still no Elven Light, unfortunately. I think what I will do here is put double back out. Really no reason not to, because this doesn't have any of the number of quests and play penalties that the Angmar Awakened cycle had. And since I'm stalling anyway, I can put some progress on that. I do have Riders of Rohan in here to take advantage of a side quest. I have become a little bit addicted to that strategy, if you saw one of my earlier decks on this channel. It's so good, though. It's so good. I love the Rider of Rohan when they're activated. I could put out an Honor Guard just in case. I probably won't need Feint. Yeah, let's just do an Honor Guard just to be safe. That's kind of my It almost acts as an additional point of defense for Boromir, is why the honor guards are around. Okay, double back will be my quest this turn. I'll send 4, I'll send 7, I'll send 9 again. What do we got? Each player must choose raise your threat by 1 for each character you control, or discard a character you control. And this is the main treachery in here that I really hate. Because with Boromir's ability, I can get into threat trouble with this deck. And I do have some threat reduction, but not a ton. I think, though, I'm going to keep my board state intact and raise my threat by 5. And then basically it's going to go down by 5 with double back. So it's essentially going to nullify my double back. We'll see if this comes back to bite me later. But I like both of these allies. And I don't have a ton of other choices so far without my card draw. Okay, so I make the full progress on here. This is going to pop into the victory display, drop me back down to, by 5, back down to 25. So like I said, nullified that treachery. Still going to leave these ones here. There's really no reason not to while I kind of get to the other pieces of my engine that I want. Next round. More threat reduction, which is good. Still not seeing the cards I need to see, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and take the opportunity now to put Rivendell Blade on Glorfindel. Let's do the same thing. Hopefully this won't get too repetitive for the viewers, but this is kind of the best approach to the quest that I've found. I think I'll keep this one in hand for now in case I need more willpower during a later turn. I don't really need it right now. 9 to 4 again. Okay, attached to an orc enemy. That is the only one. That enemy is going to get +2 to everything. That's kind of an annoying combination because then it makes this guy even tougher. He becomes a 6 attack and 6 hit points, 4 defense. It takes 10 to kill him, so it kind of becomes a real pain. And he's immune to player card effects, so something like Rivendell Blade doesn't even help. So that's an extra amount of 2 onto this guy's threat, so we're going to make 3 progress. Still not quite ready to take him on. I'm still not quite in threat trouble, so I think we'll leave it be for now. Yeah, just a Gondorian shield. I'm really stalling out here without any of my elven lights. So let's just keep doing our thing. 9 to 6. Okay, here we go. That's an enemy. That's fine. I broke even on questing. Bring down this dude. He's gonna be attacking for 5 because he gets plus X attack. X is the difference between the will of the defender and the threat of this guy, which is 2 right now. Go ahead and ready up Boromir so he can do his thing. Nothing. So I'll exhaust the honor guard to cancel the point of damage Boromir would take. 6 to 0 defense on this guy thanks to Rivendell Blade. He's dead. That's it. Next round. There we go. There's at least some signs of life from my deck. Rider of Rohan will not exhaust the quest anymore. Oh, and I forgot. Usually I like to put my spare hood and cloak onto the honor guard. Since he won't always be exhausting, he can also exhaust to ready Boromir primarily, is who he's going to ready, because then since Boromir can ready during any phase, he can hand that right back. So it's kind of a extra free ready for Boromir. Not completely free, but close. Okay, let's keep going. I mainly want to see Elven Light so that I can get the card draw going and really get some allies out there. I've got all these resources built up. So we got 7, 9, 11 now versus 6. We got a Mines of Cirith Gurat, which, let's remind myself what that does. While it's in the staging area, it basically means you can only reduce your threat by a total of 1. To travel there, I have to discard the top 3 cards of my deck and raise my threat by 1 for each ally. Okay, so I'm 11 to 8. I make 3 progress. I'm at the 10 I need. Now it's just a matter of clearing out these ones. I'm going to travel to the mines. Normally, raising my threat by more in this quest would not be a good choice. But in this case, that discard means that I may potentially get an Elven Light into my discard, which would be very, very good for me. So let's try it. Everyone cross your fingers. Discard the top 3. Nope. 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 Okay. I unfortunately discarded my only copy of Captain of Gondor, but not the end of the world. Raise my threat by 1. Potentially I'm getting closer to my Elven Light, right? Right? Chad is pointing out this is a good player side quest. It's a good quest for player side quest, most definitely, because you can just I mean, in theory, you could just stall on this first quest as long as you want and get like 8 or 10 side quests if you're like in a multiplayer game in there and just go wild. I'm sure someone could do something with Thorindir and side quests and Legacy Blade and just go wild. Yeah, still gonna leave this guy here for now until I get some more hitting power. Right now I have 3, 6, 8. I want to be able to take him out with 1 swing, so I need a little bit more attack. Next turn. Okay. That is my extra 2 points of attack, potentially. So there's another Rite of Rohan. Unfortunately, I cannot feint this guy because he is immune to player card effects while he's guarding someone. So I might take this guy on. Let's see, he'll hit for 6. I'll take 1 point of damage, potentially for more. Let's see what I reveal. Depending on what I reveal, I might take on the Uruk of Mordor now. We're still against 6. We're going to send 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need, what, 3 quest points on there? Okay, that should be enough. What do we got here? First player attaches an ally he controls to an unattached enemy or location in the staging area. I cannot, because everything in the staging area is attached. So that's Doom 2. Starting to run into a bit of threat trouble here. So I can't... this deck can't stay on stage 1 as long as some other decks might be able to. If you have like Galadriel or something else, like you could just stay here forever. What am I at? 7 progress? So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really matter at this point, but I'll keep it there for fun's sake. Yeah, I think it's about time to take this guy down. I try to space it out so that I'm not like doing this guy and then exploring the location the next turn. I try to space it out a bit so those extra reveals aren't kind of bunched up right next to each other. All right, let's hope for the best. Boromir's going to exhaust. He's gonna immediately ready before I reveal the shadow. This guy's attacking for 6. That is annoying. Because it means I won't be able to kill him this turn, which is what I was going to do. Oh well. Okay, so that would be 6 to 4. That's 2 damage. I'll exhaust to cancel 1. Boromir will have 1 damage. That's 3. That's 6. That's 8. That's 10. To 4 is 6 damage. Wait, am I doing my math here correctly? 3, 6, 8, 10. Oh yeah, he has +2 and this, so he's actually at 6 defense. Yeah, that's where my math went wrong. So he has 4 damage, but he has +2 hit points. So I'm too shy thanks to the stretcher. Otherwise, I would have killed him. Good news is I won't get an extra reveal this turn. We can move to the next round. Okay. Alright. let's get our use our copious resources to get Sailor of Loon out. There's really not a ton of reason not to play, except for that one treachery that raises threat by number of characters, but in that case, it's good to have a good buffer ally like this one that I can discard as the other option. Okay, still no Elven Light. I'm up against 2 in the staging area. 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I won't send Sailor of Loon because I don't need it, and he can be a good backup in case something goes horribly wrong. Reveal this dude. That's fine. That's 7 progress. Let's see what kind of score I can rack up here. This dude has to come down. I'm not going to travel here because, again, I want to space out those extra reveals. I'm swimming in Uruks of Mordor right now. Sounds like a fun amusement park ride. I think I'm going to use Feint here on the one that can be feinted. Just because I don't want to use up Boromir to defend both. And I don't particularly want to chump this guy right away. So defend against the one that is attacking. Ready Boromir. Nothing. Okay. So I'll cancel the extra point of damage. So Boromir is at 2 damage. At this point, this is the beefiest enemy I'm going to face. Hopefully, the Uruk attacks for 5. The Uruk Chieftain, rather. So hopefully I can avoid any future damage. The main order of business here is to kill this guy. He has 4 defense and 2 hit points, so I need a total of 6. Just doing some math here. Yeah, so I think I can do 3, 5, 6 with a Sailor of Loon. Thankfully I kept him up. 6 to 4 defense is 2 damage. And then he will die. Yep. This guy will go to the staging area. This guy comes under my control exhausted. The force effect will trigger. Reveal an encounter card. Okay, getting some enemies built up, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Hopefully. 3 to 5 with no defense. This guy's toast. And that's it for that round. Okay, more sailors. It's raining sailors here, apparently. It's not raining any of the other cards that I want to see, but I've got a whole crew of sailors here. Chad is asking, how much do you want to look at your deck to ensure Elven Light is in it? I really want to. I feel like every other game I've played with this deck, Elven Light has showed up right away, and now it gets shy on stream. I think I'm used to that by now. Some of my key cards get performance anxiety, I think. Okay, 2, 4, 7. We will quest the usual suspects. 4, 7, 9, 11, 13. That's good enough. I am going to... I kind of want to use Elven Light here just because I'm paranoid about losing it. I don't even remember if there's a card that causes you to lose cards, but I'm down to 34 threat. This is slightly getting worrying, which is why I'm thinking about moving ahead soon. Because I've used 2 Elven Lights, I only have 1 more Elven Light, and that's about it for threat reduction. My double back got cancelled by that one treachery, unfortunately. And I have a couple more handmaidens, so I'm looking at a total of maybe 5 more threat reduction. So I don't know. Yeah, I might think about advancing pretty soon. Okay, so that was a total. I was rambling and I forgot where I was at with my math. 7, 9, 11, 13. That's 14 with Elven Light. Okay, each player exhausts a character he controls until the end of the combat phase. Exhausted characters cannot ready. Yeah, that is the bane of a Boromir deck right now, and it couldn't have happened at a worse time. Because I have 2 enemies coming down, and I really needed to be able to block both of them with Boromir. This is a blanket cannot ready, so I can't even use stuff like Spearhead and Cloak. Okay, I think I'll just exhaust one of the sailors. And that means I'll do another 7. See, am I ready to... I don't think I'm quite ready to move on yet. Now I'm getting shy about moving on. Yeah, let me get a couple more allies on the board and see if I can get set up here for a big finish. These are both going to come down. See, I can defend one with Boromir. I'll defend the bigger one. See, while he's guarding objective, he gets +2. He's not guarding. After he attacks and damages an ally, attach it. Yeah, so I definitely want to defend with Boromir here. He gets +1 attack. That would be a damage. It's a tough one because I was going to use the honor guard to defend against this warg actually, so that I don't have to kill an ally. So let me just take the point of damage, live a little bit dangerously. It does not destroy an ally. I'll defend the warg with the honor guard. Gets +1 attack. That's just short of killing the honor guard, thankfully. Alright, let's do the business here. 3 and 4 together with the Rivendell Blade will be enough to kill the prison guard. 2 and 4 is enough together to kill the Mordor Warg. Okay, cleared our board. Survive getting enfeebled. Let's move to the next round. There it is! It does exist! Well, normally when I get this earlier in a game, I like to discard this during questing to improve Aelin's willpower, but I don't really need that right now, and what I need right now is cards. So I can trigger her ability once per round during any action window. I'll discard it now. Aelin will get +1 willpower for the planning phase, which really does not make a difference, but who cares? I'm in it for the card draw. Grab it back. Ooh, Galadon Archer. I kind of want to keep that in hand just to ping something later. So I think that's what I will do. Unfortunately, I can only discard that once, so that's about all I can do this turn. That's 4, 7, 9, 11, 13. The sailors are actually proving to be surprisingly useful with just 1 attack. 7 to 13 to 2. Gate of Iron. While it's in the staging area, progress cannot be placed on locations in the staging area. Don't care, I don't have Northern Tracker or anything that places progress. If I want to travel there, I do have to discard the top card of the encounter deck, and then I can discard a card in hand with a cost greater, or raise my threat by 3. I don't really want to do that, because if I'm going to lose this game, it's probably going to be because of threat or something unexpected killing Boromir. So let's not do that. Let's go ahead and travel to the dungeons, though. I think I'm ready now to keep going. I could potentially spend more time here and get even more allies and get more set up. But let's see. My willpower potential right now is 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. That's pretty good. And I do have 1 more turn to get set up. Okay. So I traveled there. There's no travel effect. Next round. Another shield. Let me do my same trick. Discard. Pull it back. Test of will. Okay. That's fine. That helps protect against that threat, raising treachery or anything else that raises my threat. I would have liked to see another ally to get ready for next round, but c'est la vie. 4, 7, 9, 11, 9, 11, 13 against 3. Sorry, that Octagon spit that back out. I don't want to see a 10 of locations out because I want to be able to progress through the second stage in 1 or 2 rounds, like I said at the top. And enemies, I'm not too worried about. I'd rather see enemies. While this is in the staging area, increase the cost to play each ally by 1. Okay, that sucks, although I have more resources than I have cards to play. If I want to get there, I have to shuffle an encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards until an orc enemy. Yeah, that's not the end of the world. Like I said, enemies aren't a huge deal. Although I think I am getting another enemy on stage 2. So 13 to 7, that should do it, I believe. That's 6 progress. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 6. This is going to go away. Aban is going to go under my control exhausted. I rescued the poor little boy. Now, I did have a rules question of whether this forced effect triggers before you actually advance. So in other words, if you explore that, do you get an extra reveal or do you immediately advance? The way I've kind of interpreted it is that the forced goes off and then you advance, or you advance and the force still goes off. Either way, I think the intent and I think the rule is supposed to be that that extra reveal still goes off here, and that's how I'm going to play it. So that reveal will go off. Yep, so that's going to be an attack. Boromir will defend, of course. I'll go ahead and ready him. Some action windows are open up to the attack. No damage. Okay. So now I will go ahead and advance, see what's in store. Sneak past the guards. Shuffle the discard pile into the encounter deck. Will do. Then discard cards from the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded and add that enemy to the staging area. Okay. See you, Chad. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, I believe this is added. Yeah, so the one revealed won't go off. Okay, now we're on stage 2B. Each enemy in the staging area cannot take damage and gets plus X engagement cost, where X is the number of progress tokens. So as you get more progress, the engagement cost goes up. 15 quest points. At the end of the round, reveal an encounter card. That's that extra reveal I was talking about, no matter what you do. Then you place a resource token here if no enemies were engaged this round. Players cannot defeat this stage unless there are 2 resources here. So you have to have 2 rounds without engaging an enemy. So the 15 quest points aren't as big a deal. It's actually getting those 2 resource tokens that are the biggest deal here. So originally I wanted to travel here. The problem is I'd get another orc enemy. Man. Yeah, that would be a little bit overwhelming at this point. I could go here and risk raising my threat. That's an option. I think I'm going to live a little dangerously here. This might come back to bite me. We'll see. Travel here. Discard top card of the encounter deck. That's a treachery. Nice. So that works out. So I can discard a card with cost greater to nullify that threat increase. I can discard Elven Light. That means I can actually get 2 discards potentially next round. That worked out good for me. Okay. So where was I? So I traveled the Gate of Iron. These 2 puppies are going to attack me. Surge puppy, as Chris says in the chat. Defend once, ready. If attacking enemy's threat is greater than my threat, haha, it's not, so it doesn't make an additional attack. Boromir will defend the second. Nothing. Glorfindel can easily kill one by himself. I do have Foehammer in here, by the way, and more weapons for some more card draw, so it's not completely dependent on the Elven Light. So that's 4-1. That one's dead. Okay. End of the round. Reveal an encounter card. That is another Gate of Iron. I don't know if I'll get that lucky again. I can't place a resource here because I did engage some enemies. Next turn. Alright, that's good. That's good. That's more willpower, and that's lower, and that's some threat reduction. I'll also pay 1 to bring Elven Light back to hand. Grab a card. Blade of Gondolin, sure, why not? I'll put that on. I like putting that on Glorfindel because he gets up to 4 attack against orcs, and with Rivendell Blade he can take out some of those orc enemies by himself. And Boromir's defending more often right now. I think that about does it. I'm wondering if I should just play the Galadon Archer at this point and just forget about pinging anyone. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. Just to get as much attack as possible on the board. Never know what can happen. Alright, we're up against 7. That's more threat than I would like to be facing at this point, but you win some, you lose some. I'll discard to get Awen up to 5. That's 8, 9, 11. Let's see, 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So we're at 16 so far. We can send Alban, and after he exhausts, choose a Harad character. I'll choose himself, so we'll get +1. So he's questing for 2. These guys can quest as well. I can get up to 20. Let me set one more. 22. Reveal a card. Captured! Each player loses control of an ally he controls and attaches it to this stage. If no allies are attached, discard it. And then force, when the stage is defeated, each player reduces his threat by X, where X is the cost of the ally he controls. That's actually nice for some threat reduction if I need it. I think for now, probably the most expendable... I know I just played her, but I kind of want to say the Galadon Archer. Because I think I have enough attack going around, and willpower is really the big deal right now. Let's see. I do have a ton of willpower, though. Let's just put a sailor under there for now. I don't even know if I'm going to end up going there, but we'll see. I realize at this point I've probably been misplaying this Barehead and Cloak a bit. There's probably opportunities where I could have readied Boromir with the Spare Hood rather than using his threat, and then later when there was no combat I could have easily passed it back. So that's my bad, just kind of overlooking that right now. But if you are playing this deck or similar decks, just keep that in mind. There's opportunities to use the Spare Hood so you don't have to keep raising your threat. It's a good use of that card. Okay. Good news is no threat added, so 22 to 7 is 15. So 1, 2, and the rest is 13. I nearly make all the progress right away. So that early build-up was pays off. This goes away. I think I can afford to go to the Gate of Iron now, since there's no enemies in play. Oh, sorry, not the Gate of Iron. The Uruk Guard Room. That's the one where you get an enemy. So shuffle the discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards until an orc is discarded. Boop. Let's discard till we get an orc. There's one right away. I guess I never read this guy's text. Each ally with less will than the Urk Mortar's threat cannot defend. So that's why I usually choose him, because I don't usually defend with allies much in this deck. It's usually Boromir. Okay, let's go ahead and... I wonder if I should just leave him there, though, to get one resource, because his engagement cost is plus 13 right now. So he's at a 48. Yeah, I wonder if I should have just left this in the staging area, actually. But I think I've made my bed, and I think I will avoid engagement just to get a resource there. So reveal an encounter card. 2 orcs now. Get 1 resource here. It'll be a tough choice next turn to see whether I want to take these down and avoid... well, I can only take 1 down because of their engagement cost. So potentially a little misplay there. Might have been a better deal to keep their guard room, but I was afraid of... I don't know. I think I get too scared of location lock sometimes because it can get ugly. But we'll see. It's not the end of the world. Famous last words. Next round. Alright, we got double Elven Light action going. Oh, I forgot to do my Elven Light. I was going to do an Elven Light last round. That's fine. Let's bring back the Elven Light we do have. More threat reduction and willpower is good. Let's discard 1 to A1's ability and bring it back. Finally starting to chew through some of these resources here. I do have Treebeard on the deck who I'd like to see. But nope, no Treebeard. Yeah, man. There's just a lot of cards in this deck that we haven't seen yet, but that's okay. 3, 5, 7 we're going against. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything with this captured. Yeah, it basically just grabs an ally. That's fine. Yep, okay. So 4, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17 we're sending. 11, 13, yep. Okay, each player exhausts the character he controls. Sure. I will exhaust the sailor. That's 10 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep this here to remind myself. Yeah, it's at this point that I have the big decision to make. I can choose to leave these both here. Again, these guys are at a plus 19 engagement cost. So I can either try to take one down now to thin the board a little bit, or I can the other option really is to leave them there. I'll get the extra resource token, I'll get another encounter card, and then at that point we will progress. Now the problem is, let's say I draw another enemy, and then I'm going to get the Uruk Chieftain. I don't remember if I get another card in addition to that or not. So that could potentially be 4 enemies who will all come down at once. And even for this deck, that's a lot to ask. I'm kind of tempted to kill one. Yeah, let's bring one down and kill one, and I'll do the resource next turn. Let's see if I can... I mean, I may end up drawing enemies anyway, so it may end up being a moot point. But let's roll the dice a little bit. So we'll pull him down. Defend with Boromir. I don't think I need to ready him. Nothing there. Glorfindel can attack all by himself and kill him. We'll get a progress on the stage. Doesn't really matter much at this point. Reveal an encounter card, which surges. That's fun. What is this? Each player raises his threat by 1 for each guarded objective he owns. Now, the wording of this card threw me off at first because I was like, well, how do I own a guarded objective? But I think it refers to the fact that you still own these cards. So that's gonna... I have one card that I own that's guarded, so that's 1 threat. Not too bad at all. Next round. Okay, another spare hood, which we can throw on. Let's throw it on a sailor. Let's discard a card to anyone's ability. Then immediately pay 1 to bring it back. Another Light of Valinor! Sure. Why not? So this turn I am going to aim, I think, to... hopefully I won't reveal an enemy this phase, and then I'll really be set up nicely to advance to the last stage. Would have been nice to have Tree Beater out. He really helps at the end. You know, by this point, if I've gotten him out early, he might have... I think I had him up to like 10 resources by this last quest stage, so he can take some pressure off Boromir at the end big time, but... I think that just means we'll have a more tense finish here. Okay, up against 3 and 5 and 6. 4, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. Sending more than we need here, but whatever. Okay, I did reveal an enemy. That sucks, but that's fine. 8. 8 more progress. Not really much point to going to this dungeon cell when it only has 1 threat and 5 quest points. It's going to soak up more progress in the active location spot than the staging area. So I'm going to leave these guys here. I think it's time to go forth whether I'm ready or not. So leave them there. Reveal an encounter card. A mines. Okay, that's good. It's not another enemy. That would have been worst case scenario. Got another resource, and then we got our quest points, we got our resources. That means we're going to immediately advance. Fight your way out. The first player adds Urk Chieftain to the staging area. Okay. Each player searches... Each player chooses a hero he controls, discards all tokens and attachments from it, and attaches it to an unattached enemy in the staging area as a captive. I totally forgot that was a thing. But yeah, in this case, we put Eowyn there because we don't want to lose all these resources and attachments. And also, part of the goal is I get enough willpower through my allies, at least that's what I was trying to build towards, that it's not a total loss to lose her 4 willpower. So I'll attach it to whoever's weakest. I think this dude, the Urk of Mordor. Then the players make a series of engagement checks against each enemy. Reduce the engagement cost of each enemy not guarding an objective to 0. Okay, with that in mind, I might actually put it on the Urk Chieftain. Otherwise, he'll engage me right away. And I might want to hold him back. Well, he's going to engage me anyway due to his text, so it kind of doesn't matter. At the end of the encounter phase, the Urk Chieftain engages the player engaged with the most non-unique orc enemies, which will be me. Yep, so they're all going to come down anyway. That should be fun. I need to remind myself of what the captives does. Yeah, that was just describing what the guarded objectives do. What was the one? Oh, Dungeon Cell is what I was looking for. I was trying to figure out there's an effect that does something when an ally is destroyed. It gets attached to Dungeon Cell. Well, that's not bad. That actually gives me a chance to get one back. I'm looking that up because I might need to defend with allies soon here. Very soon. Okay. Flip. What do we have to do here? Well, we need 10 quest points. At the beginning of the quest phase, discard cards from the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. Oh, I forgot about that. This is going to get ugly. Ouch. This stage cannot be defeated while a guarded objective is in play. If the players defeat this stage, they win the game. Ouch, ouch. Yeah, this is worse than I thought because I have this, so I'm going to have to... Because I can't win while there's a guarded objective, so I'll have to clear out captured. Because apparently the Sailor of Lune is that important. And I will have to get 10 quest points. I'll have to rescue Awen. Guarded objective is in play. So I actually don't need to kill the Urk Chieftain. That's right. I just need to clear the guarded objectives. Okay, well I'm gonna get another enemy. Potentially 2 enemies. Yeah, this could go very bad. Okay. No use crying about it now. Let's see what happens. Next round, I believe, because that was the end of the round I advanced. I don't get to fight them yet. There's Treebeard. He's a little late to the party. Let's use... I can't even use Awen's ability now. That drives me crazy. Oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Treebeard comes up. Think it's a little too late for too little too late for Treebeard here. If I can manage to survive this, I should be okay, but that's the big question. First off, at the beginning of the quest phase, discard cards until an enemy is discarded and add it. We don't get that. We don't get that. Nope. Okay, that's added, so it's not going to attack, thankfully. So we're staring down the barrel of 3, of 4, of 6. Of 7. I forgot these work. Surge. I think I actually might have missed some surges earlier in the quest. That is annoying. I don't remember offhand. I think I only added 1 that actually attacked. So I think I might have missed a surge earlier in the game. That's okay. I did say mistakes would be made. Can turn back the tape later. 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay. I can send 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 for free. I really might need to hold back the rest just because of what may come. Yeah. 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna send. I'll go ahead and send it to captured for now because I do need to finish that out. Okay, that's gonna surge. That's not an enemy, which is the good news. The bad news is it's going to discard an ally, and this is another thing I'm going to have to deal with. Alright, whatever. That's 2 progress uncaptured. Discard cards from the top of my deck until I get an ally. Let's see what I get. Okay, that's right away. I'm definitely going to travel there first, so I can get that guarded objective cleared out. This guy's going to come down, and now this is where the fun begins. He has the highest engagement cost. He has the highest engagement. Just in a line. Alright, let's remind myself. Urk Chieftain cannot have player card attachments be option engaged. While he's engaged with another orc, he cannot take damage. I'm looking at Abba now because I'm trying to think of potentially defending with him, with the thought that I have the honor guard as an emergency valve if I really need it. He'll definitely have to defend one of the threes though. This guy would have, yeah, so he'll have to defend the Dungeon Warg. So let's have him defend the Dungeon Warg. +1 attack if its threat is greater. It's not greater, thank God. So it's 4-2. That's fine. I don't even need to use the honor guard. Hey, I don't want to hear any hate mail about throwing a young child in front of a rampaging warg. Okay, that wasn't me. But counter deck forced my hand. Okay. Let's defend with Boromir and ready him. This is going to turn into the Boromir party quickly here against Urk Chieftain. That's 5-4. I'm just going to suck up the damage here. Okay. Ugh. This guy's attacking for 5. Yep. I think I'm just gonna have to hope my honor guard can protect him if need be. He's gonna have to at least cancel a point of damage. Worst case scenario, he can discard himself to cancel the whole thing. So 5-4. I did not get any of my other defense buffs like boofs. Captain of Gondor. I have Arwen ally as well as some more copies of honor guard, so Boromir can really defend well if my deck was going at full gear. Okay, so I'll cancel the 1 point of damage there. That leaves me with 1. Now we can see Sparehead and Cloak do its thing. Exhaust, that's gonna ready Boromir to defend this last one. The only problem there is if this guy gets a boost, Boromir is dead, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I'm gonna take that back. Well, I mean, I'll ready him anyway because I might as well, but I think I'm gonna defend with Sailor of Lune is the safer bet here. Yep, that was a good choice. That would have killed Boromir. So Sailor of Lune is dead. But he's not quite dead. Instead, he goes under this. Which means that's yet another objective I have to clear out, unfortunately. But that was kind of the only move I could make. It does destroy a character. Wait, let's see if he could have even defended. Yeah, he has +1 will because of this event. So he does have... He doesn't have less will than the Urk of Mordor, so he could defend against him. Yep, so he's dead. I raised my threat by 1 because of the shadow effect. And I think we're ready to tango. Let's have Glorfindel kill this guy by himself, which will rescue Awen exhausted. That will also put a progress on Torture Room. For my next trick... 2, 4, 6 against this guy because he's a real pain with 5 attack against Boromir. And then finally, just short of killing this guy, unfortunately. That's okay. Alright, somehow I managed to survive that. I'm not quite sure. But it's not over yet. I have to raise my threat by 1 due to torture room, so threat's also becoming a problem here. Okay, let's see what happens. Another Rivendell Blade, which I can't use. I can use A1's ability now, thankfully, since she's back. Another test of will. Sure. Could have used something else there, but Treebeard gets a resource. Having a ready Treebeard will be a big help this turn. I could give the Spare Hood and Cloak back with Boromir, but I really can't afford any extra threat right now. Alright, we're up against beginning of the quest phase. Let's discard until we get an enemy. This is supposed to be under the active location. Okay, we get that guy again. That is that's a big pain. 3, 4, 6, 7. Let's see, 3, 5, 7, 8, 11, 4, 6, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17 with captured as our quest. Yep, that's about what we got. Prison Guard. So we'll make 3 progress, which, thanks to the Blade of Gondolin, is just enough. That was pretty key on the Blade of Gondolin's part there. We'll travel to Dungeon's cell. And we do get this person, but they're exhausted, unfortunately. They do interplay, though. So I can ping an enemy. I believe, right? Discard each token. It is rescued. I don't know if that counts as entering play, though. People in chat can sound off. Yeah, I'm not sure if that counts as entering play. I think it was technically already in play. It was just a different type of card. Yep. I'll play it by the Grim rule. Didn't get any progress on that. Yeah. This is looking a bit grim for me here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pull this one off. I just have too much to do with my threat raising higher. Yeah. But let's play it out and see. Okay, let's do the first defense against this chieftain. If I drew any of my other feints, that would help too. He gets +1 attack. That would kill Boromir, so I'm going to have to unfortunately discard this dude and lose the Spare Hood and Cloak. Okay, my safety valve is gone. I think the dungeon cell only triggers if they're destroyed, which, so yeah, he doesn't go under there. Yeah, Chris confirms that they're still in play. Yeah, so I wouldn't get that damage from the archer. Okay, I think I might defend this one with Treebeard, although I really want his attack. Yep, that's he's at 4 attack against 3. That's the only way I'm gonna survive that. Okay. Boromir's gonna have to ready and defend here. Against, I'll do it against the one with smaller attack. Yeah, survives that. And then I'm gonna have to throw someone. The problem is if I throw someone to the wolves. then it's going to go under the dungeon cell. But I don't really have much of a choice here. Actually, I could have taken this undefended. That would have been the smarter play. I can take this one to undefended. It might kill Glorfindel. I think I have to do it. I think I have to gamble here and take this undefended and hope I can put it on Glorfindel. The reason why is because if I chump someone, it's going to extend the game at least another 2-3 rounds, which I don't have the threat to get through. So let's roll the dice. Ooh, okay, that's 4 damage on Glorfindel here. Let's see what we can do. Boromir's tapped. No Spirit or Heads and Cloak. Aban can actually attack for 2 and get revenge against the Warg. I definitely need to kill the one of these two. Preferably both, but the Warg Rider is a little bit easier. Glorfindel can attack it for 4 himself. 6, that's enough to kill it. Puts a progress here. 2, 3, and 5 are enough to kill this guy. So we just have the chieftain left. I say just. Okay, up we go. Treebeard gets 1. I could use this for Awen's willpower, but I'm going to ditch it again for her in the hopes of getting some more willpower out. Nope, I do get a feint. Yeah, I think I'm just going to run short of time here. I'm at 47 threat. I just don't have enough time here. I need to plow through here. I need to get the dungeon cell in this cleared. Somehow not take any threat, and then clear this all out next round without getting any further guarded objectives. That's not too tall a task, right? 4, 7... oh, I forgot to do the enemy reveal, of course. This is under here. I'll keep it there for now. Yep, there's that. So we're looking at 3, 5, 6, 9. We will send 4. I actually don't need to kill this one, remember, so I just need to get all guarded objectives out and get 10 quest points. 4, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. Let's see if I draw something with 3 threat, that's 5, that's barely enough to cover. I need to send more than that. I need to send, let's see, I sent 4, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, send 19. Who else can I send? Is it worth sending the sailor for 1 willpower? I mean, if I have to chump... If I have to chump, then I've already lost at that point anyway, I think. Let's just send him. Let's see, 7, 4... Yep. Or maybe I should send Aban, because he can't do any defending, really. 21... Yeah, let's do that. 21 to 9. Each player raises his threat by 1 for each guarded objective he owns, which is 2. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and Test of Will that. That's actually a good pull, a treachery, because I have Test of Wills to burn. And no added threat, so that's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Yep, that defeats it. That's going to give me back my sailor. And more importantly, I totally forgot this had the threat reduction on it. So, the only bad part is this is going to reduce that to just one threat, the Mines of Cirith Gurat. But, whatever. It's something. I'm not choosy. I'm down to 46. This goes there. This is cleared out. So I get my sailor. That was a big swing there. If I can avoid getting any objectives added, I might be able to do it here. But that's a big if, because I have another guy coming down here. Okay. The Urk Chieftain is not immune, actually. Hallelujah. So that means I will feint him. And I think I'm going to ready Treebeard and defend with him. Just because Boromir is so close to death. Treebeard has a bit more breathing room. Yep, that's just 1 damage. Let's see what we can do here. Glorfindel can kill them all by his lonesome, which is pretty awesome. Oh, let's take that back. Let's take that back. I forgot that when he damages an ally, the prison guard would take control of him. That's actually not that bad, because I'm just going to kill him right away. So Treebeard would have been captured by the prison guard, but then Glorfindel would have killed him right away, meaning he comes back to me. Yep. So no big deal there. I do get 1 progress from Blade of Gondolin, making next turn's job a little easier. This dude... see how much damage we can do. 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12 to 12 to 3. Yep, that's enough to kill him. Alright, clear board. Let's do this! Resource here. At this point, I'm not even going to try to do Elven Light magic. I'm just going to try to get through this. I didn't travel anywhere, but I didn't want to risk the threat of mines, and I didn't want to risk the threat of Gate of Iron, really. So, okay, so let's discard cards till we get an enemy. We got Mortar Warg. He would attach to an orc enemy, but guess what? There's none. So 3, 5, 6, 8. And we're going to try to blast through this. 4, discard for Awen, 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Let's say worst case scenario, 26, sorry, I don't know how let's say worst case scenario, I got like 5 threat, that's 12, that's 14, that's still enough, so I think I'm good. Yeah, it's that same one. I'm just gonna test the will of that puppy. Nothing is stopping me, right? Nope. Nope. $12, 18. Yep, that's 18 progress on there. We got our progress. Cannot be defeated while guarded objective in play. There's no more guarded objectives in play. That's it. We win the game. Woo, that was a close one at 47 threat. There were a couple turns at the end where I thought that was about all she wrote. I'll have to go back and look at the tape if I missed a surge on one of the wargs. I'm not sure how that would have affected things. But overall, I'm pretty happy with that victory. I think I kind of had the setup I needed to pull through and win, but it was definitely a you know, regardless of what would have happened with that surge. But that's always hard to tell. The bigger thing is I managed to pull off the win under some dire circumstances at the end. Went a little longer than usual, which I kind of figured given the quest, but it is our last stream before some holidays. I'm not 100% sure whether I'll be streaming next week or not yet. Keep tuned to my Twitter feed and Discord and Facebook, all the usual places. As far as the deck, it's a pretty powerful deck just because Boromir post-errata is still very strong. As you saw, that's a defend and an attack each turn. You throw Spearhead into the Cloak into the mix, he gets even more. I love the core Awen and Elven Light mechanic. If it gets going earlier in a game, it's even better. Glorfindel, of course, what is there to say? He's always a powerhouse. Double back rider Rohan. Yeah, nothing, like I said, nothing too tricksy about it, but the deck is just solid. Gives you the key breathing room you need at the beginning of a quest, which is the important part, because you can start with 7 or 8 willpower out of the gates and have defending and attacking covered. So solid deck. You can check it out on RingsDB. No errata may hinder me is the name, a tribute to the Witch King's words. Find that on RingsDB. Give it a like. Follow me on Twitter, TailsFTCards. Follow my Facebook page. Check out the Cardboard the Rings Discord. I'm always chatting there. Until then, I hope you have a great holidays, and I'll see you on the other side of those said holidays. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you later. Bye.